Let's get into the match preview now. The Aston Villa Everton game. I'm just going to quickly check where Villa is on the table. They are currently 12th on the table. They got a win, they got a draw, and they've got 2 losses. Their previous game was against Chelsea, where they lost 3-0. And Villa are an interesting prospect. I think a lot of people, myself included, went into the season thinking, wow, Aston Villa have quite some team. Leon Bailey, which was heavily linked to Everton, who didn't go to Everton. I'm just readjusting the way I'm sitting. Didn't go to Everton and went to Villa, to a lot of people's disappointment. They signed Emi Buendia, they signed Danny Ings. Who else did they? They signed bloody everyone. They signed a lot of players this season. Obviously because they sold Jack Grealish. And I think that this team is just adapting. Like, Villa are just sort of figuring out how to play without Jack Grealish, because Jack Grealish is and was their talisman, and was someone that they heavily relied on in terms of goal scoring, in terms of in terms of just being that presence on the pitch, someone that can take a few eyes and take the attention of some other players, so that your players like your Ollie Watkins and your El Ghazis and all that sort of stuff can sort of do what they do without the attention being fully on them in terms of a defensive point of view. And I think Villa will be fine in terms of this season. I know a lot of people betted on them like qualifying and pushing for Europe, and that's not quite happening right now, but it is still early doors, and if they do pick it up, they can do that, especially with the players that they have and the players that they have signed. It's just about betting them in, right? It's about getting them into their system and doing something. So I think that on a Villa sense, I think that they will definitely pose a problem for us. It is at Villa Park, so we are away. And again, we don't have Dominic Calvert-Lewin for that game, assumingly, unless something miraculous happens. So we're going to have probably the same front three that we had against Burnley. And you look at that game and you think, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be another tough one like Leeds. Full crowd back at Villa Park. Villa are a big club. They are a massive club. Maybe if you started watching football in 2010, you wouldn't know that. But Villa are a big club. I do have a lot of respect for Aston Villa. But I think that Everton are better than them. And obviously I'm an Everton fan. But I think that this squad, and the way that we're playing now, I think that we can definitely beat them. I think we can't go at them with the same back five that we did against Burnley. I think that's a bit too negative. I think that we need to go at them with either we played more like a 4-2-3-1 at times against Burnley. But even that 4-4-2 that we've been playing with a Rondon in there, Rondon and Richarlison going at their back line. If I'm honest, I think that back line leaves something to be desired. I think that the defense is definitely not their strongest suit. I think their attack is exciting and it's threatening, and you look at the players that they have there, and while yes, it hasn't gelled yet, the players that they have there can definitely cause some problems. But I think that with the front three that we have, Andros Townsend, Richarlison, and Demarai Gray, we can cause that backline problems. I don't think that Matty Cash is anything too amazing. I don't think Target is anything amazing either. I don't think that Tyrone Mings is anything incredible. I don't think that Ezri Konsa is incredible. Personally, for me, that's just my opinion. They're good footballers, don't get me wrong, but I personally think that our attackers can definitely best their defenders. I think that this game is going to be battled and won in midfield as well. I think that the energy that Abdoulaye Doucouré brings will bring us something more. I think that the defensive solidity that Allen will bring to this team will again bring us more. And I think that we need to play another one in midfield there, whether that be Andre Gomez, whether that be a player like Alex Iwobi maybe, or whether that be James, whether James is ready to start for us in that number 10 role. I think if he is in this game, can produce something magical. So again, Villa will be interesting, and Villa will be a hard team to beat. I just think we can do it. I just think that with this team right now, with the confidence that it's at, it can definitely get a result here, whether that be a draw, but I really want it to be a win. Villa haven't started this season well. And granted, they've played some tough teams, but they haven't started this season well. And we can definitely go at them and beat them. There's no reason why we can't. They've only won one game. They've drawn a game and they've lost 2. They're on 4 points this season, we're on 10. They've faced harder opponents than we have. Fair enough. But you can only beat what's in front of you, and we've done that, barring Leeds, but that was a good point away anyway. So I think that we can definitely win this game. I think that this game is definitely a game that will pose problems to us on a defensive point of view. In terms of centre backs, if I'm honest, I'd play that's a tough one. Because I think all three centre backs did well. I think Yerry Mina, if he's fit, has to start. And it's just whether or not you start Ben Godfrey or Michael Keane. Personally, for me, I would start Michael Keane purely because of the pace. Oh, sorry, not Michael Keane. Ben Godfrey. Purely because of the pace that they have in attack. Players like Leon Bailey, players like Danny Ings will probably start for them. Emi Buendia. I think that those three in particular will definitely garner some attention. I think that we need the pace of Ben Godfrey. But even say if we're in a position where we're up maybe 2-0, you bring on a Michael Keane and you make that 5 at the back and you be defensively solid and you win the game. But I think that Ben Godfrey and Yerry Mina are starting centre backs for this Villa game, because Villa are going to be a lot more explorative. They will try to play football, whereas Burnley don't try to play football. Villa will try to play football. So I think we need a bit of pace in that back line, and Ben Godfrey brings that. So I'd definitely play him over Michael Keane, even though Keane scored the goal on the weekend, or literally just then at the time that I'm recording this podcast. But I'd definitely go ahead and play Ben Godfrey ahead of Michael Keane for this game. I think our star boy in this game will definitely be Demarai Gray. Can Demarai Gray get at their defense the way that he has literally all season? Can he continue his goal scoring form? Can he make it 4 for 4? Will I have to put him in my FPL team? Maybe yes. Maybe I will put him in my FPL team, because the boy scores goals. He scores goals. There's not a lot to say, to be honest. This is a pretty short section of a match preview. But as I said, I think that we can definitely win this game. I think this game is definitely going to be battled and won in midfield. I think that this game is one that we can take the scruff of the neck of and win this game. Can we make it 5 positive? Can we go 5 games undefeated this season? Can we put the sword to Villa? I think we can. I genuinely think that we can, because as I've said, I don't think they're that good yet. I think that it's early doors. They have nothing to worry about. They will gel as a team. But right now, where they are, Everton should be beating them. So I think that will come away. I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to say Everton 2, Aston Villa 1 for this game. I think we're going to come in with the 3 points. We're going to get the result. But
Rock, we're here in the fade. Pull up in a whip with 21 bays. Here come the bastards, 21 days.